Hey guys, welcome back. Let me move my little microphone a little closer because last time had some issues or whatever, but welcome back guys. I am Frank Brock, and this is the place where all artists come and relax and enjoy and just work on your art, and listen to your fellow artists, go through his journey with his artwork and creating comic book illustrations, animations, and all that sort of thing. So welcome back again. I am BrianFBroxton, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm finally done. Well, with the sketching part. I still got to go in and do the line work. So this is what I'll be doing now. The line work, the finalized kind of look of the Froggy show or whatever. So next video is probably going to be me working on that. I'm going to start at the bottom and then work my way to the top. And because that's generally how I'm going to have to put it into Instagram so that, it reads properly, but first of all, I met an interesting person, while I was, driving around the city or whatever. And I met a guy named Ari Rubenstein. I'm probably butchering his name or whatever, but basically, he was basically like a guest lecturer at SCAD, and I wasn't going to mention anything about me being an alumni or anything, but something told me, it's like, hey, just mention it. You never know. So so I mentioned it. It's like, oh, okay. We had a little chit chat, and he mentioned to me about talking to the students, and he also mentioned what was my experience. And at the time, my experience was more so it was back in the mid-90s when I was in SCAD, and basically at that time, technology was new. You had like Photoshop, Illustrator, but it was like in its beginning stages. And, pretty much like the kids was teaching the students, the students were teaching the teachers or whatever, because, it was so new. And, of course, kids and technology, we jump on it like crazy. And, and then when you're a teacher, you may not be as, fluent or up to par with what's the latest thing going on. So, and that was one of the things he mentioned, being fresh, sometimes the teachers aren't, they're not in the trenches, anymore. They're teaching now. So they may not know all the latest things that's going on in certain companies or whatever. And I concurred, because in my experience, like with graphic design, there was two parts of graphic design, in my opinion. There's the production part of graphic design, and then there is the graphic design where you're creating custom stuff. And basically when you're doing production, it's mainly just cranking out pages, man. That's all it is. It's just cranking out pages. This is that desktop publishing type stuff. It's just, there's no design really. You're just putting in photos, putting in, text or whatever. Make sure it looks right. Go on to the next one, and you're just pumping it out. It's production. It's how many pages you get out versus how it looks. And then you have the graphic design where you're creating custom stuff, which take a little bit more time, a little bit more effort. And that, it takes a creative mind to, create all these designs for flyers and PowerPoints and all that sort of thing. So, they didn't really get into that situation. Basically it's like they teach you the basics and then they move you along, pretty much. So yeah, we had a interesting conversation, and let me give you a little information on Ari Rubenstein or Rubenstein. I think it's Rubenstein, I believe. I'm just reading off of his what's that, the IMDb or whatever. So Ari Rubenstein is a creative director and visual effects supervisor with over 25 years experience focused on VFX for live action and animated feature films. And he also told me about this. He worked on like Ice Age and The Matrix, a couple of TV shows. In the 1990s, Ari owned and operated the VFX business Curve Studios and in the San Francisco Bay Area, procuring work, bidding, producing, and FX. Let's see. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. But yeah, really cool guy, really nice guy. We had an interesting conversation. We also talked about, and I think this is what he told, the SCAD students or whatever. So don't become compliant working for a company, because, the companies really don't care about your families pretty much, they just care about that bottom line, now the co-workers, they care about your family, they care about you, but you kind of have to, you got to do what you got to do, you have to work for some company, or you can work for yourself. But when you work for a company, you got to crank out the work. You got to do what's expected. You got to be a good employee, but you can't be compliant and saying that, okay, I'm going to be here forever. They'll never get rid of me. I'm in a good place. Nowadays you can't really do that, and we've had discussions about that, in past videos, and, and just hearing it from him just brings it home, just, things that ring true, so yeah, man. So if you're working for corporate, hey, don't plan to be there for the rest of your life. Your time is being limited. The older you get, out with the old, in with the new. I hate to say, but they may take you out, put somebody in, change the title, and hey, you're out on the street, and they're like, hey, good luck, so, so hey. If you're working for corporate, hey, just be thankful. You're working there, you're getting your 401k, you're making, good money, you got a nice title, but, don't become complacent, don't get lazy, focus on, your skills, become the best that you can be. And, I would say, be prepared to move within a 5-year, 10-year period or something. Don't stay stagnant. Don't think that they'll never get rid of you, because they will. Push come to shove, something happened with, just look at COVID. Just look at, a lot of little things that happen. Differences in technology when books were out and everybody was getting into digital and websites and all that. It was a shift. Whenever there's a shift, it's going to be out with the old. It doesn't matter if you've been there 30, 40 years. It's out with the old, in with the new. They got to make changes. It's the corporate world, So, just just kind of, I would say, pack up half your stuff, put it in a box, get it ready to go. I know that's harsh to say, but hey, don't be, don't lay down roots, just be prepared to make some moves, because hey, I've been there, I'm still there. So, hey, I would love to work for, another company, but the thing is, I know that, you know, my time is going to be limited there, and I'm going to learn as much as I can. I'm going to be the best employee, but you know, I know I have a time, you know, where a shelf life, you know, so I know in a certain amount of time I'm probably going to have to move on to the next thing, like that. But you know, hey, just sharpen your tools, sharpen your skills, sharpen your mind, learn a lot, you know, take it with you as you go. And you know, hey, if you want to do your own thing, cool. If not, you want to move on to the next company, cool. You know, it's all good. You know, do what you feel is right. But you know, this is just a warning to all of you. Don't become compliant, you know, just staying at one job, because 9 out of 10, they're not going to let you be there forever. You know, you got to either move up or move out, or they're going to move you out regardless of however, you know, it's going to come. You know, you're going to get old. New technologies are going to come in, and, you know, and if you don't keep up, hey, you know, there's the door. They're going to, pack your things. Hey, it's been great working with you, but you know, hey, we got to keep up with it. We got to make money. You know, they got to make money. It's the corporate world. So that being said, you know, we had a nice conversation about that. And Ari, if you're looking, if you ever, you know, I gave him my business card. You probably never look at it, but anyway, if you do see this video, hey, it was great speaking with you. I'm not going to be thirsty and, you know, try to like, you know, email you or whatever, you know, you're a busy guy, you know. I did give him my business card, you know, like, hey, you know, you never know. So, but he was a really great guy. I love talking to him. We have kind of similar views, and we also had similar life experiences where we didn't really go. He's self-taught. And I was like, wow, you know, and he accomplished all this, you know, and, you know, without like college degrees or whatever, you know, he did various things. He was telling me a little bit about his life and stuff, which was cool. And, you know, I didn't really I didn't go like right into college. You know, I kind of did some little odd jobs here and there. But eventually I went into college, and, you know, we also talked about college too. That's another, you know, thing. Yeah, so, but overall, you know, it was a very nice conversation. You know, well, one of my listeners, shout out to Nathan, he mentioned like, hey, man, you should have had him on. Think you'll come on the show? I was like, man, I'm nobody, man. You know, he ain't coming on here. You know, I mean, he just spoke at SCAD. They probably paid him like $30,000 50,000 or whatever. Yeah, I'm broke. You know, I can't pay him anything. But anyway, so yeah, you know, maybe someday, I don't know, you know, if I blow up or something, you know, you might want to, hey, remember you know, sure, I'll come on your little podcast YouTube channel show thing. Yeah, put me in, schedule me in or whatever. So, you know, you never can say. But anyway, great conversation. He does great work. I've seen pretty much everything he's probably worked on or whatever. So, but yeah, Ari Rubenstein. So, yeah, that was a thing. Very cool. Never thought you know, never in a million years. But anyway, moving on. As you can see, I have worked on the Froggy show. I am done with the sketch, as I said, and now I'm going into the line work part. I hope you continue on this journey with me, and I wanted to make that all that I was going to talk about, but man, I just got to mention like these DC shows, man. DC, okay, they're making some changes, cool. They're, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's for the best, because they canceled Titans, they canceled Doom Patrol. Now, Doom Patrol, I don't know if you guys seen Doom Patrol. It was really cool in the start, but now, I don't know, it's starting to get a little weird. I don't know, the story, you know. I'm just hoping they end on a high note, okay? I like the show. it started to get a little weird to the end. Usually most shows that are really good, they tend to start to get a little weird towards the end. Yeah, Titans, I like Titans. It was a little shaky at first, but now they kind of start getting into their footing, you know, the right footing, and I was starting to like it, you know, but now canceled. So, well, and James Gunn, he just put out like his new, you know, stuff, I guess the new DC U-verse or whatever. So, you know, he just spoke about what he's getting ready to release, and it looks hopeful. I'm kind of on the fence about it, you know, because I love Henry Cavill. Man, he did a fantastic job as Superman. I wish they had continued that, but unfortunately, he is out. And Jason Momoa is like, well, they say he's still in, but I'd rather have him be like Lobo or something like that. You know, I know I'm expanding on and I need to go ahead and finish up. So I am, but I just want to throw my 2 cents out there. Just put Jason Momoa as Lobo, you know, have somebody else do Aquaman. You know, he was great in it, but you know, he's more of a Lobo, you know, that wild card, crazy, super strong, you know. Yeah, he'd be better as that. So, but anyway, you guys, thanks again. On your way out, please don't forget to put a little like on there for me. Tap that button to subscribe and await more illustrations and drawings. And thank you for coming by. I will see you all next time. Peace.